Alrighty guys, so I'll be honest, I've been very lackluster in this last month of Project Phoenix. So I'm going to be brutally honest with you. I did a little life audit this month. You know, just jotted down everything. I spent the last 10 minutes putting it all together. So I figured we'd go through it. Because you know what? I think it's interesting. I'll be honest, I changed probably the exercise aspect and I was a little bit more conscious with where I was spending my money. Was probably the big one. Also did a couple other things on the side, you know, little Project Phoenix mugs and shirts, and I got a shirt on the door and shit. Am I going to sell them? Probably not, but I think they're cool as fuck. So anyway, I digress. We have got a life audit of my life this month, and this is just purely basis. So I did about 4 hours a day on my phone. Some days 2, some days 5, you know, depending on what was happening. I did take out, you know, Google Maps. I took out, you know, on the phone, FaceTime and shit like that. I took that out because I'm not counting that. That's either for business or, you know, the same as socializing. My things are unthinged. Anyway, I spent $2.6 thousand on booze. Yeah. A lot of money when you, yep, anyway. $460 on takeout food. I earned about 20 grand, so that was a good month. I went on 23 separate dates. I've even jotted down wasted time. About 104 hours. I probably wasted about 4 days of my life watching TV or just doing dumb shit that had absolutely no bearing on fuck all. Even just sitting there playing, you know, contemplating life. Although not a complete waste of time, when you do it as much as I have for this last month, it's been a complete waste of fucking time. I also include cooking on this too. Because I think cooking is a real waste of time. Like, realistically, I could throw together a steak, 2 steaks, and that's, you know, some fucking frozen veggies. There's 2 minutes. Maybe 5 minutes, depending on how you like your steak. But tops 10 minutes, whereas I fuck about a little bit when I'm cooking because I'm usually talking on the phone. So, anyway, add that to waste of time too. Wasted money. Now, this could be phone games or just, you know, dumb shit. I've also got money on dates, but I'm going to put that in the total. Wasted money, about 1,500. 1.6 thousand. I'm also including this, you know, with drinking and eating out. So, eating out and shit like that, which is just a waste of coin. So, my totals. Now, this is a little bit depressing when you look at it. Guys, I really would recommend every single person out there, you know, go do a little life audit. You know, don't change nothing. You don't have to change anything. Just take note of what you've done in the last month. Dead set, yeah, just take note of it. You don't have to change anything, just have a little piece of paper. Maybe you I like paper. Use your phone. Just a little jot note in your phone saying, damn, I really wasted 3 hours watching TV tonight. Damn, fuck. Look, I personally wouldn't put socializing on there. Now, I've got booze and things like that. I don't drink alone. I'm always with friends or, you know, partying or whatnot. I've also got dates, you know, booze I'm including on that. And it's not just my drinking, it's also, you know, paying for rounds and shit like that. Horrible, horrible idea. So anyway, here's the totals for the month. Total time wasted, 216 hours. It's about 9 days. So of 30 days, I'll say 31 days because it makes me feel better. Of 31 days, I wasted 9 fucking around watching TV, playing on my phone, doing shit that does not matter for anything or anyone. Even things I don't care about is what that includes. That sucks. That's a bit nuts to think about. So I wasted basically a third of the month doing fuck all. I do also include, you know, if you sleep in. So oversleeping for me was also included in this. So it's not entirely accurate. Money spent on fun. I put 3.4 grand for the month. Very reasonable. Under $1,000 a week spent on fun. I think that's perfectly fine. And it was fun. I will be honest with you. I'm pulling my head in now. Like, I haven't gone out eating dinner or dates or nothing like that at all for the last week. So I'm pulling my head in a little bit for at least a month because I've noticed I don't like being at home. But at home's where the work gets done. So do I not like the work, or do I just think being at home is boring? It feels like an addiction. So I'm like, all right, you know what? Fuck it. Let's put it out of sight, out of mind. Let's go hard for a month. I got a fight coming up in 3.5 weeks. I'm going to train for that, get back into good shape, get back into the eating routine, and then reassess, maybe decide, instead of going out drinking and playing around and being just a fuckwit, we'll do it once a week instead of every day, or every couple of days, however often I was doing it. Now, what was that? Money wasted on fun, 3.4 thousand. Money wasted just in general on phone games was $800. I'm pretty good at my phone game though. So in other words, I'm cutting that out this month. I'm deducting the money on fun. That's definitely coming out. Money on dates. Taking women out to dates. My apologies for that horrible sound. Anyway, my taking chicks out for dates was $1.8 thousand. 1.8 thousand Australian dollars. $1.8 thousand on dates. On realistically women I don't even like. Like, into hindsight, women I don't even like. I'm a man that believes in love. I believe in true love. I believe in love of every fashion. I've experienced very, very strong love. These girls were definitely not that. Fuck no. To be honest, if I actually work it out, I probably would have been cheap to go to hookers. Now, I live in Australia. Hookers are legal in Australia. Just throwing that out there for any, US viewers. But yeah, 1.8 thousand. Fucking nuts. And bear in mind, that's not including booze. That's purely like food and incidentals of like, going to an arcade and bowling and bullshit. And coffee. Definitely coffee. Now, exercise. This was okay. I stuck pretty consistent with 3 times gym per week, 2 runs a week, 10,000 daily steps, and 100 push-ups a day. Because I've been eating and drinking like shit, drinking a lot, way too much. But because I've been drinking so much and, again, eating like shit, it hasn't shown. Like, I've stopped this for like the last 4 or 5 days, and I've noticed a difference in my body composition. Like, my shoulders are bigger, waist a bit more snatch. It's not a fucking drastic change, but it's enough that I've noticed. Yeah. So realistically, I've wasted, I think I worked it out to about $7.6 thousand this month on fun. Like, I'm gonna chalk it all up to fun. It's nuts. It's fucking nuts. That's, and this has been a month where I haven't had cigars. So I've just bought another box of cigars that I'm gonna pick up Saturday. That was 1.8k. Australia's an expensive place to be. That's like not including bills either. I probably had about another 2 or 3 grand of bills. Mortgage repayments would have been about 6-7 thousand. But I got some big things coming in the works, guys. I'm going to keep you up to date on my big things that I've got. I've got a bit of money coming in, from a loan as an investment, loan. And I'm going to take you through what I'll be investing in, and, we'll just touch base every video how that's doing and shit like that. Also, I heard something really good. Now we're done with my life audit, I just want to talk to you guys for a little bit. I heard something from Luke Belmar. Now, Luke Belmar is a very large role model for me and has been for quite some time. I was one of the first members of Capital Club when it opened up as a community and not, the actual billionaire side of Capital Club, obviously. But I kind of lost track there a little bit. And I'll touch on this because we've got another video coming out probably after this one. But Luke Belmar said something about AI today, and I really, really liked it. And I'd like to, whether there's 1 million people that watch this or 4, or even 1, I don't care. I'd like to share it with someone. He said, now, I believe in AI. Obviously, it's changing the world. He said all these companies, OpenAI, you know, Microsoft with their thing, Google AI and shit, every company to some degree has adopted AI. So what happens if there's an update and a kink in the system? Now, we all know it with iPhone updates and Samsung updates and things of that nature. We've all seen it. We've all used it. We've all noticed the fuck-ups. What happens if they do an update and it doesn't go right? What happens if they don't fix it instantly? That's... You are relying on what? Realistically, probably five or six big multi-billion dollar companies. You're relying on them to not fuck up, or else that's going to shut down millions, if not trillions of dollars worth of industries. I mean, I work for a multinational, multi-billion dollar company. I've got a company that works underneath that. What happens when that runs out? What happens if there's an issue with these big companies and, you know, all the fucking shit going on there? I just, when he said it, I was like, damn, I never thought of that aspect, because you're relying on 5 big companies. Anyway, guys, my camera's about to go out, so I'm going to go charge that and probably record another video. But it's been really nice being back in front of the camera. If you enjoyed the video, make sure you hit that sub button. Project Phoenix, baby. We're all about that fucking rebirth bullshit. And it's fucking, I love this shit. Alright, guys, keep winning. I support you all. Peace.